Good day. This is my paper review about time inconsistent planning and computational problem in behavioral economics by John Kleinberg and Sigal Oren. By the way, my name is Bryan Guibijar. This is a problem the paper trying to solve. So the paper was trying to develop a graph theoretic model in which an agent constructs a path from a start node S to a goal node T in an underlying graph G representing a sequence of a task. It is more like a traveling salesman problem, branch unbound, where it needs to go through all the vertices once and return to the starting vertex. And by doing this, all the distance from each node was identified. The only difference is that in this graph theoretic model, it will not go back to the first node S, but instead it will go through the last node T. But the methods are similar in constructing a path where the shortest path can be found. But in addition, and considering the time inconsistent agent may plan an E to S path that is different from the one they follow. And this type of behavior in the model can reproduce a range of qualitative phenomena, including procrastination, abandonment of long-range tasks, and benefits of reduced set options. This time, inconsistency is a behavior of a human or a person. For example, a student plans to do his or her homework on a specific date, but because human changes their mind constantly, the goal may not be achieved, or before achieving the goal, there were a lot of paths the student went through. The study results provide characterization for the set of basic structures in this model, including for graphs achieving the highest cost ratios between time inconsistency agents and shortest paths, and have investigated the structure of minimal graph on which an agent is motivated to reach the goal node. So the example in this study illustrates a few points. So this is the illustration. So we have path S, A, B, and T on the upper bound, on the upper side, I mean. And we have also path S, C, D, T in the middle. And we have the path S, C, E, T in the lower part. First, when it got on the edge SC, it was intending to next follow the edge CD. But when it got to C, it changed its mind and followed the edge CE. So a time consistent agent with beta is equal to 1, by contrast, would never do this. The path is decided to take starting at S is the path it will continue to follow to T. The second one is the interest in whether the agent minimizes the cost of traveling from S to T according to the real cost, not according to its evaluation of the cost. And in this regard, it fails to do so. So the shortest path is SEBT, so with the cost 20. So while the agent incurs a cost of 26. So as you can see, there are costs 16, 22, and 2. So the path theoretic framework makes it possible to reason about time inconsistency, effects that arise in very different settings, provided similar that the underlying decisions faced by the agent can be modeled as the search for a path through a graph structured sequence of options, and perhaps more importantly, since it is trackable, to ask questions that qualify all possible graphs. It can cleanly compare different scenarios and search for the best or worst possible structures relative to specific objectives. This is difficult to do without an underlying combinational structures. For example, suppose we're inspired by Akerlof's example to try identifying the scenario in which time inconsistency leads to the greatest waste of effort. A prior is to not clear how to formalize the search over all possible scenarios. But as we'll see, this is precisely something that can do if it simply asks for graph in which time and consistency produces the greatest ratio between the cost of the path traversed and the cost of the optimal path. So the study considers n-node graphs and asked how large the cost ratio can be between the path followed by a present bias agent and the path of the minimum total cost. Since deviation from the minimum cost plan due to present bias are sometimes viewed as a form of irrational behavior, this cost ratio effectively serves as price of irrationality for the system. It also gives a characterization of the worst case graph in terms of minors. This enables us to show, roughly speaking, that any instance with a sufficiently high cost ratio must contain a large instance of the Akerlof examples embedded inside it. It is also considered the possible paths followed by agents with different present bias parameter beta as it sweeps beta over the interval zeros and 1. There is a type of parametric path problem where the choice of path is governed by a continuous parameter, so beta in this case. It shows that in any instance, the number of districts path can be super polynomial in n. The study must design a set of tasks to optimize the performance of a present bias agent. It also shows how agent can be more efficient when nodes and/or edges are deleted from the underlying graph. On the other hand, if we want to motivate an agent to follow a particular path P through the graph, it can be crucial to present the agent with a subgraph that includes not just P but also certain additional nodes and edges that do not belong to P. We give a graph-theoretic characterization of the possible subgraphs supporting efficient traversal. For example, or for heterogeneous, we explore a simple variant of problem based on partitioning large tasks into smaller ones. Allocating of time to complete work and then procrastinating, or we put effort into project and then fail to complete it. This behavior is inconsistent across time in many settings. Models for this kind of time inconsistent behavior have been developed and analyzed by an active line of research in behavioral economics and related fields. A time inconsistent agent creates a path through a directed graph in a graph theoretic model of tasks and goals, where actions dependencies are presented by the graph. Procrastination, abandonment of long-term tasks, and advantage of reduced set of choices are just a few of qualitative phenomena that have been observed in the research on time and consistency that first demonstrated how instances of this path-finding problem on various input graphs can reconstruct. After that, they investigate a set of analyses that quantify across the entire graph set. It also finds that there are only so many polynomially many distinct forms of time inconsistent behavior in any graph. Additionally, a significant procrastination structure must be present in any graph in which a time inconsistent agent incurs significantly more cost than an optimal agent. The use of this graph theoretic model to investigate how tasks can be made to encourage agents to achieve predetermined objectives. So an agent construction a path from a start node S to a goal node T in an underlying graph G that represent a sequence of tasks in our graph theoretical model. So this type of behavior in the model can reproduce a variety of qualitative phenomena, including procrastination, abandonment of long-range tasks, and the advantage of reduced set of options. Time inconsistent agent may plan an S to T path that is different from the one they follow. In the investigation, the structure of minimal graphs in which an agent is motivated to reach the goal node, as well as the graphs achieving the highest cost ratios between time inconsistent agents and shortest paths. As our findings provide characterization for a set of basic structure in this model. So I have some insights about I will continue this research. No? So, and interesting to continue this research, especially in answering the following questions. So, in which graph structure does time inconsistent planning have the potential to cause the greatest waste of effort relative to optimal planning? How do agents with different levels of present bias follow combinatorial different paths through a graph towards the same goal? Can we increase an agent's efficiency in reaching a goal by deleting nodes and or edges from the underlying graph, thus reducing the number of options available? How do we structure tasks for a heterogeneous direction of agent with a diverse value of b or beta so that each agent either reaches the goal or abandons it quickly without wasting effort? So that is my review on this paper. Thank you for listening and good day.